I am like so lucky because it doesn't matter what's going on in your own life. You have first graders walk into your classroom, they will have you smiling in 2 seconds flat. You know, just their enthusiasm for life and their joy. I mean, I get to be with that. Last year, when the pandemic started, I clearly remember coming into our building and it was just so quiet. You know, there were no children here, and we had one day for us to get everything ready to prepare for the children virtually. We really worked as a great team. Like every single grade level, we put together packets that we thought were really important. We made sure we had some books for the children, and we made sure they all had everything they needed. And I was very impressed as a faculty how dedicated we were and how quickly we assimilated to this new method. The reading coaches established all our routines. They figured out exactly how we were going to schedule each day, the pacing guides of how we're going to approach everything. And then we had this amazing team of IT. They came in and they trained all of us. And so with that support system, I could really just go ahead and rock and roll through the year. It was an incredible experience. So we would do that just to get to know each other's names. Amari, I was very impressed because we never did that with you. Ooh. What was really important to me at first was making a connection to the children. I made up songs and little ditties every single month. So like for September and October, it was more about learning our names from each other. Like this month, you know, I was talking about good morning, good morning. And then they would say their own little things. It's great, I lost a tooth. And there'd be like a little opportunity for them to sing it and tell us something new that happened to them that night. And you'd be surprised at how that just brings them right into activity and how they want to learn. I also make sure I follow all the lessons that we normally have in a face-to-face setting. And we have this wonderful program where we do mini lessons. It's for reading. Get to your books, and I can't wait to see you. I demonstrate with them and how you approach this reading strategy or a comprehension strategy. And then I literally have them go into their own little individualized rooms. And I kind of pop in trying to get to as many children as I can. Then we come out and then we actually practice those reading skills, and I pop them into their own partnerships. Are you being great partners to each other? Then what they do is they practice that with each other. Double, double, compound. Double, double, compound. Anything we did, like I modeled it for them. I would show them seriously how it's done, but then I think they learn even better when I'm a goofball. And I'm like, should I be doing this when my friend is reading? You know, and I'm just like sitting there and doing different things, or I pretend I'm jumping on my chair. I really demonstrate and model it for them, and then they know how it feels and what it looks like. And so that's just one model. Then we use the same model for phonics. I use the same model for writing, and then boom, they go and they write. They'll show me, they're like, you know, sometimes they get stuck on words. I'm like, you know what? Get your beautiful creative thoughts down on paper. We can worry about what it spelled later. And they finally are starting to believe me. And a similar model again then for math. Zero, the hero, saves this place, so all the other numbers can stay in their place. Yeah. I really feel very strongly what I call brain breaks. I can't hear you. Are you ready for a brain break? Woo! Just really a wonderful experience to see them do pretty much everything we do in class. I have to deliver 20 books per child every 2 weeks. We want to make sure they have books in hand, because if they're in school face-to-face, they're having such access to so many different books in our classrooms. So that was going to be a big commitment. I am supposed to deliver to 3 different schools within my school district, and it was a bit daunting at first. And I had this incredible friend who kept asking me every year, hey, do you need any help? And she comes in every 2 weeks
it was a new program for her. So, I came over here and I helped her get her books ready.
We sit there trying to figure out, okay, this is more nonfiction this week. Let's try to find more nonfiction books. Oh, wait a minute, we're in the fiction unit. And I'm always trying to make sure I have all my anchor charts, poems, any kind of writing paper that they're going to need.
You know, because usually you're here at school. You know exactly what you need, and she was trying to think of everything she was going to need for the whole 2 weeks. It was a lot to take on because the children are our future. And if I help her, it's going to take the stress off of her. She's going to be able to help the children more.
It was a little bit harder for the families at first. I was very concerned about them.
In the beginning, it was a change, right? I mean, it was something new.
It was a lot for them to learn.
From 7:30 in the morning until 2 o'clock, 2:15 in the afternoon, this is my full-time job.
They're the ones who are picking up the books that they have to get in these anchor charts and these papers every 2 weeks. And then they go back home and they're organizing it for them.
But Miss Smith gave us an excellent organization tactic. We have everything divided into the folders so that it's easy just, okay, it's a writing assignment, writing folder. So it's made it a little easier.
They are right there helping them to be ready and prepared to go for it for the school day.
And it's not just the parents. I mean, it is grandparents. It is siblings, older siblings.
I really don't even know if it really, truly can happen without their support.
The communication is way better, vastly better in virtual learning. Every time my daughter has a need, it's met like immediately.
You know, they're learning to read and write and spell. It's incredible. So the biggest reward is just being able to watch that take place.
This year has proven that my daughter is going to do great, and it's all because of the wonderful teachers that she's had this year. That's been very rewarding for both my daughter and me.
So during this new pandemic, I realized what the true essence of it is love. And, you know, you love these kids. Sorry. And, you know, they're right here on my shoulders. They're right here in my heart. So I would go to the end of the world for them. So when we couldn't see, boom, and I think there's a lot of teachers that can relate to this. When we couldn't see those babies, like boom, one day they're not there. And we didn't get to maybe see them again. And I just needed to see them one more time. Even if it was, you know, we're giving each other an air hug from across. You know, I just want them to know I'm still their cheerleader. And for these children, well, they may not have me like right there next to them, reading with them, or really riding with them on a, you know, hearing those beautiful thoughts and showing them how much they're progressing. I miss that, you know, where I can really just say, yay, you know, just be right there with them. But what this pandemic reminded me, hey, if I don't make that strong relationship with a child, if I don't reach them somehow, then how can learning even take place? So, you know, they've only been alive 6 or 7 years. And so we need to really look at them as the whole person. You know, what coping skills can I help them with? What, you know, did they have enough to eat today? You know, in the end, that's even more important.